Great. She's talking first.
Yeah.
You're going to be turning the pages?
Mm-hmm.
Don't see anybody else. Other participants.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Not Just About Rates and Terms, It's About Relationships from Express Capital Financing. We're going to start the actual presentation at about 10 after. So if you need to get yourself a cup of coffee or something, go right ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead to the next slide. There you go. Oh, the times are a little off. Just pretend it's noon instead of 6. But yeah, we'll start about 10 after to give people time to join and get everything set up on their computers. So in the meantime, we can do a little networking here. So please go to the chat. If you're new to Zoom, you just need to hover your mouse near the bottom of the screen, and there's a little thing that says chat. So please go to the chat and let us know where you're from. If there's something particular you're interested in learning about, you can put that in there. If you've got a service to other investors, you can put that in there as well. Or if you're looking for something, feel free, since we can't go to live events right now. This is the only networking chances we have. So far we have Priscilla from McKinney, Texas. We have Hashim from New Jersey. You can also, when you are going to the chat, if you click next to where it says all panelists, you can change that to panelists and attendees, and then everybody who's on the call will be able to see it. We have Jim Mooney here from New Jersey as well. Awesome. Is it hot up there in New Jersey right now? I'm down in Houston. All right, Priscilla's wanting to get started flipping homes. Awesome. This is a good start. Start learning a little bit about the process, how to get the money you need, how to protect yourself. Who else do we have? Don't be shy. All right, we have Evelyn from Arlington. She wants to know about generating immediate cash flow. All right. Sue's here from Houston. Hi, Sue. We have David Blanton from Cleburne, Texas. Commercial loan broker, business consulting. Very cool. We have Nadine from Brooklyn. So our presenters, Max and Marty, are from New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
All right, we have Michelle from Northeast Texas, who's a realtor. Brand new to REI. Says, don't know what my niche will be, but thinking about starting with wholesaling to try to build some capital and then try to hold and buy. That's a great strategy. That's how a lot of people get started. Sue, I think this content's going to be a little different from last time. Is that right, guys?
Almost the same, a little bit different. We could talk about different topics.
Okay. She was asking if it's the same or different. All right, as we go forward, again, if you want to go ahead and go to the next slide. Again, if you are new to Zoom, that chat feature's down near the bottom of the screen. No, the raise hand one is gone. But we've got some poll questions. Oh, there's the raise hand. There's also a raise hand. So at the end, you can raise your hand and we can let you speak so that you can actually ask your questions live if you'd like, instead of typing them in. We've also got some poll questions that are going to come up occasionally throughout the presentation. Here's the first one, asking a little bit about you. So if you do go ahead and fill out these poll questions, we've got a raffle coming up. You want to go ahead and go to the next slide, please? Oh, did we lose the raffle? Or is that one too far? Anyway, it doesn't say it. We've got a raffle on Monday at 11 a.m. We will draw a winner who can get some great freebies from Real Estate IQ just for answering those poll questions. So please feel free to do that. So far, we've got 78% are just starting out, with one person who's been doing real estate for 1 to 2 years. We've got a mix of active, passive, residential, and a vendor so far. So, all right, the usual disclaimer right here. Today's presentation should not be interpreted as legal, tax, or accounting advice. It's for information purposes only. Contact your attorney, CPA, or business advisor for advice about your real estate business and related transactions. Whew, there's our disclaimer. Fine print done. You want to go ahead and go to, there we go. Today's presenter is going to be Mr. Martin Chera. So Marty, I'm going to let you take it away from here.
Great. Thank you so much, Becky, and your team at the Real Estate IQ, doing a great job creating these events. So hello, folks. My name is Martin Chera. I am the CEO and president of Express Capital Financing. We are a direct hard money and mortgage lenders based out of New York. We do nationwide lending for all types of properties and all types of investors. So building your business, it's about, the buying power behind it. We're all about getting everybody to a successful and a celebratory closing, and that's what we're going to explain to you about in this presentation. So I've been the owner of this company for about 8 years. I'm also an investor. Started out investing in 1 to 4s back in the 1990s and early 2000s. So myself, I am an investor. In the past 10 to 15 years, I focus on multifamilies in Texas, believe it or not. It's a strong ROI, strong cap rates. And so that's what I focus on lately for the past 10, 15 years on multifamilies. However, everybody needs to get started in fixing and flipping to gain their wealth and go on to other bigger and larger projects. So this topic is all about relationships, building your team, whether it's a lender, an attorney, a title company, or even a resource, of finding out properties. It's all about relationships. You need somebody that you can trust, has credibility and sincerity when they're telling you what they're saying is what they really mean. So we are committed to your investment goals, to a variety of programs that we have, engaging in a solution-focused consultative approach. And what that means is we don't just offer rates and terms. We like to get to understand the borrower's needs and goals and strategies to get them where they want to be at. Many lenders just come in with rates and points and all that kind of stuff. We get on the phone call. We like to speak with the investor, whether they're newbie, whether they're experienced. And like I said, get to understand their needs and goals so we can provide them with the right product and the right program to get them to their goal. Because if you don't have a goal in mind of how much you want to make and how many properties you want to buy and how many you want to focus on and what is your net income going to be at the end of the year, it's meaningless. And that's what we're all about. So we believe in investing into a lender-client relationship. We understand the specific goals of each requirements of the client. So certainty of execution. What that means is, there are some lenders out there, like I said, who offer rates and terms. And then many of our clients and investors have said, oh, I use this other lender and the day before closing or the day of closing, he decreased the leverage, increased my rate, or he did something here and there. And why should that happen to you? Why should you have to come up with more money at the table at closing? How about if you don't have that money? What are you going to do? You're going to run into a big bind. So I came up with a plan, which is not just a relationship lender, investor-lender relationship, but also certainty of execution, where we commit to our offer and our term sheet. We will never change it on you. Otherwise, you cannot commit on doing future business with us. The only way Express Capital or a lender should change it is when the appraisal comes in and then if they find out that the after repair value is lower than what was stated, then we'll tell you. But we're not going to tell you days before closing or even the day of closing. We want you to be informed and make sure that you can capitalize on the deal. So the next topic is going to be time. Everybody wants to get deals done. Everybody wants to get deals done. Everybody wants to get to their jobs and hopefully their new business out there. So if you go to the next page, what is it about time? So everybody's focused on time, whether, like I said, they want to hopefully get their job back or their business back. They don't want to lose that deal. If you're 100% focused on real estate, we are here to make sure that you get the proof of funds or the term sheets, defining if the deal makes sense for you and with you to execute to go to a closing. So like I said, we're not just here to deploy capital and, here's the money, go ahead. We want to make sure it's going to be profitable and successful for you. And that's where the time comes in to work with you to get you to that successful closing. So we understand your value of time, and we're going to work diligently and efficiently to get you to that celebratory closing, like I've always said. Typical time frame right now, mid-COVID, I'm going to say is about 10 to 14 days to close. If any investors need a quicker closing for some reason, just on their first deal, we will work it out with them. Like I said, it's all about relationships. So if you have an issue, whether you have to close a little bit quicker on that first deal, maybe there's an oil tank, or in Texas, I'm familiar with septic tanks, or maybe we can't get into the property, tell us about it so we can execute that timely closing for you. Leverage. So why do people use hard money lenders? So if you have $100 grand and you put it into one deal, you're maximizing your risk. And you're not diversifying. You decrease your return on the investment, and you decrease right now your profits. Other people's money, OPM, which is leverage. So if you take $100 grand and you put it into 5 deals, 20 grand a piece, now you're making on 5 deals, you minimize your risk because now you have 5 deals out there. And so you're diversifying your funds by using other people's money, which is a hard money lender with leverage. So leverage makes you money on other people's money. Right now, mid-COVID, we were at 80%. Thank God we're up to 85. And hopefully by July or August, we should be back up to normal, that 90% of the purchase, 100% of the rehab. Currently, right now, mid-COVID, we are at 65% of the after repair value. However, for investors in Texas, we will confidently continue to do 70 to 75% ARV for the investors in Texas. So just getting back to the leverage, the less you put down, the more return on the investment you're going to make, and you're diversifying your own cash into multiple deals, being successful. So going back to that synopsis, if you only have 100 grand and you're putting it into one deal, what happens if you lose? What happens if you're not successful? Well, you just lost 100 grand. But if you take your 20 grand over 5 deals, chances are maybe one may not be successful, but four or maybe all that 5 will be successful, turning it into almost double the amount on your money with 5 deals. So leverage. Once a person also has 3+ deals with express capital financing, we believe they deserve what's called 100% financing. We will do that after you have 3+ deals with us. We call it a joint venture opportunity. And the way that works is Express Capital will put in that equity injection, whether it's 80, 85, or 90. Me personally will joint venture with that investor, coming up with the equity side, whether it's 10, 15, or 20%. And I'll come up with all the carrying costs, taxes, insurance, title, and all that. And we will just split the profits anywhere from 80-20, or somewhere around 80-20 or 75-25. So the investor gets most of the profits. Many of our investors are taking advantage of it because you guys are finding the good deals, the good successful deals. You just don't have the capital requirements right now to successfully execute 3, 5, or 10 deals a year. So you can utilize Express Capital and myself for that. Unlimited financing. So like I said, we're a lender. We are not institutionalized like some other lenders are out there. We're private. We're a group of private investors. And I came up with some unique products and programs out there to make investors feel comfortable knowing that they can come to a lender with that relationship with unlimited financing. So the next screen, we'll go into it right now, which is, what happens if your lender decided to stop? And let's be honest, I would say 50 or 60% of lenders out there in the United States have stopped, paused their lending. So thank God we only paused it for about a month. But with that said, we're back on track. But what happens to your lender if he completely stopped? Or what happens if he's out of business? He has no more capital. So what we do is with the line of credit, if we go to the next page, oops, not there. Okay, so let's go back a page. So what the line of credit does is we give unlimited amount of deals, unlimited amount of transactions to the investor. As long as you have your capital, 10, 20%, we are never, ever going to say no to the investor. We will not, we're limiting it to 4 deals a year or, $1 or $2 million. The only way my company or myself will say no is if the deal just doesn't make sense, there's no profit margins, or, God forbid, there's fraud or something out there. Other than that, some lenders, after one deal, they want you to not do a second deal with them. They want to make sure that you're, exiting safely and properly. You're paying them every month on time, and you're making your profits. You could do a deal today on a Thursday, and you could call me tomorrow for your second deal, and on a Monday for your third deal. No issues, no problem. Also, I just want to add at Express Capital Financing, we can mix the most important 3 tools on a hard money loan. We can mix somebody's credit, somebody's money, which is the capital, somebody's experience. So you could be a newbie that has a great deal, but can't get qualified for some reason. But if you give us a partner that's got the cash or a partner that has the credit, we'll work it. We don't care. We'll take all 3 or all 2, whatever it may be, to make a deal happen. And just letting you know about credit, we're not credit sensitive. No financials are required. Just however, mid-COVID, to mitigate risk, we do want a 650 minimum score. But again, if you don't have that, hopefully you'll find a partner or a relative or somebody that can have it. After COVID, and we're going back to 90%, we're hopefully going to go back to the minimum of, in the 500 scores. So experience. And we're not talking, by the way, experience about you, the investor. We're talking about us. Like I said, I'm a flipper. I've been a flipper. I'm a real estate investor. So I know the market. I know the cap rates. I know the exit strategies, the profit potentials, and all that. You want a lender that's got not only your second set of eyes, but you want a lender that's going to make sure that it's profitable and successful. I will provide you with my consultative approach, letting you know the economics, the return on the investment, your profits, as well as our consultative approach on where the market trends are going. Is it a flipper's market, a renter's market, a buyer's market? We're going to let you know that. And again, it's our consultative approach. And just to give you a quick example, which I mentioned a few weeks ago, one of my investors was buying a property and he told me, Marty, give me that consultative approach. I want to know where the market is going. And my team did some research for me and found out that the property right across the street was being a warehouse being developed over there, where there's going to be, a lot of trucks going in and out of every day. And I told my investor, I said, look, you were thinking that you were going to get $1,400 a month rent, but who would rent that for $1,400? I don't care how pretty it looks when there's going to be 20 trucks coming in and out every day. So experience is key with your lender to provide you with that information. Nothing is guaranteed, like we said in the disclaimer, but it is there to help you and guide you. So how would you feel that if you worked with an investor, and I say the investor, that's us, the lender, that didn't show care for his money and just threw it at you? So what happens if, that lender gave you 100 grand and 12% and 2 points, but, for some reason the deal wasn't, workable. Now it is your deal. You are making money. We are not making any profit on your profits. However, a good lender is going to have, like I said, a good second set of eyes to determine the return on the investment and the profits and, where the market trends are going. So you want to have that trust, that relationship with the lender who can guide you. And again, you can get money from anybody and everybody today, but having guidance is very, very important. The bottom line, you want to partner up with a lender that's not always the cheapest, because you want him to give you your attention. And like I said in the beginning of the presentation, to understanding your needs, your goals, and your strategy, making sure that you are profitable and you're constantly growing your business and you're improving your business. So what does Express Capital Financing do? So we started that as hard money lenders on 1 to 4s. We also, thank God, we do bridge loans, and those are for commercial properties, mixed use, multifamily, shopping centers, industrial sites, which are very big, and self-storage, which is very big in Texas. So we do a lot of those type of deals on the bridge loans, where it's quick, it's short-term, high leverage, low risk. And then we got into the commercial mortgages a few years ago, which is for the investors that are looking to hold on to their properties, build a portfolio of passive income, and growing their portfolio of many properties in there. So we do it all here at Express Capital. The only thing that we don't do is primary homeowners. So that's something that we don't do, but very soon we're going to be adding it on for people who are looking to go into their permanent home. We will be hopefully adding that in the next 2 to 3 months. So if anybody has any questions, now is the time for any questions or answers. Excuse me, I'll give you the answers. Any questions? Oh, I'd like to mention that for anybody out there who is a wholesaler, a realtor, a property manager, a landlord, we have a website called findthatflipdeal.com. And what it is it's a free MLS website. Put your properties on there. That's all we ask is if your property's sold or reduced, please modify it or take out database. So forum out there just to put your properties up there and hopefully get it sold. And any of you investors or landlords that are, even wholesalers that are selling their property, that's all we ask is that if your property, you have a borrower, please bring them back to us so we could, finance them for, permanent financing or for the hard money loans. So here is our link to join us for our future webinars and events coming up. July 1st is our next one, and the topic is going to be how to flip a house. So we have quite a few webinars coming up with the Real Estate REIQ, and we're very happy for that. We're here to inform, educate, provide resources and tools on everybody how to grow wealth in real estate. Just again, as an investor right now, with this uncertainty, there's opportunity. Grabbing it right now is only the smart thing. You know, I always say that millionaires are made in a depression, and billionaires are made in a depression. Excuse me, millionaires are made in a recession, and billionaires are made in a depression. So unfortunately, we're headed to a recession. It's there. All the signs are there. So right now, to grab that opportunity while there's uncertainty is very effective for everybody. And what do I mean by effective? Finding the properties out there. So if anybody wants any questions, I'm sure Becky can answer with her tools and products out there to getting properties, and we're here to answer about any of the financing products and programs. So the way to reach us, my number is 718-285-0806. You see our website address is expresscapitalfinancing.com. I urge anybody, before you put a hardcore deposit, especially for the newbies, give us a call or enter the deal into our system, because I don't want you to lose a deposit if for some reason it's not financeable or the deal just doesn't make any sense. So that's what we're here for. So you could apply online, newbies, experienced. Again, I'd like to be at a 650 score, but as long as you could bring somebody on board with that score minimum just for the next 2 to 3 months, we will entertain that. Any more slides? No. So that's the end of my presentation. If there's any questions.
Right. Thank you, Marty. We will come back. There's a few questions, I believe, that we'll come back to in just a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to get my quick commercial in here for Real Estate IQ. We are #1 in deal finding, over 45,000 leads every month. And here's what one of our current clients has to say. Well, I hope I'm sharing my sound.
Hey guys, am I here?
Sorry, my mistake. Let me redo this. I was afraid of that. Forgot to click the button that lets the sound go with the screen share. Oh, there we go. All right, take 2.
Hey guys, we're here at the Quest $1 trillion mixer right here. And I'm talking to Homero Corona. He's just made more than $100,000 with Real Estate IQ. Could you tell us about your story?
Yeah, how's everybody doing? Homero Corona here at the Quest Trust $1 trillion mixer. Really excited to share my testimony and my story with Real Estate IQ. So over the last, about 6-7 months, I've been using their platform and getting some of their lists, and I was able to finish my first flip recently, where I was able to net about $85,000, and in total I think I've been able to make about $100,000 with Real Estate IQ and their tools. So really excited to share this great company with you guys, and definitely give it a shot. I think you guys will take advantage of all the tools, and it'll be profitable for you and your company. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right. So if you would like to know more about Real Estate IQ, there is a poll question coming up that asks if you'd be interested in a 45-minute one-on-one deal finding training and demo of our service. So if you'd like to see exactly how it all works, I'm going to give you a brief rundown, but the best way to find out exactly how it works is to get a demo. And it can be online at your convenience. All right, our guarantee, you'll always find a deal with Real Estate IQ. This is the leadership team. We are in Texas right now. We also have off-market leads in Florida and Georgia, working on bringing MLS suite to those places. And then our plan is to expand around the country. So New York, it'll probably be another year or two before we get there, but we are planning to do that. But if you invest in Texas or Florida or any of those other places, our service can still help you. So Deal Analysis Suite is our basic plan. This starts at just $15 a month, and it lets you run your own comps using actual MLS data. So, and it's quick and easy and accurate. So it's kind of a must-have if you're going to be looking at properties from a wholesaler or anything else in Texas. Our deal finding suite is for when you're ready to start marketing for your own deals. So we have off-market leads. We have these 10 lists of motivated and distressed sellers that you can market to for deals. The ones that have asterisks are part of our premium plan, which includes the skip tracing. So when you get these lists, the skip tracing on them is already done for you, and you can start calling or emailing, texting, whatever you like to try to get the attention of those homeowners. Our county data finder lets you pull lists from the county tax records. So absentee owners, you can make sure they've got equity. You can find single family, multifamily, commercial lots, all of those different things for your own focused marketing campaign. And MLS Deal Finder is going to find the properties that are listed for sale on the MLS that are at a discount. And so that's where you are going to have that equity that you need to make money off of it. And those are updated every hour. So you get an email whenever a property that meets your criteria hits the market. All right, if you missed the demo question, if it's gone, you can still say, please just put it in the chat. I'd like a demo, and somebody will contact you. We also have great customer service as well. So that is Real Estate IQ. So this time I'm going to, oh, sorry, I'm not done. I have some freebies. If you'd like to know, these are heat maps that kind of tell you where the deals are, or we have our deal of the day, which is a live deal on the MLS, and we analyze it with our system and blast it out. So it's a live deal that you could actually make an offer on, or it's also a good educational tool. So Evelyn, please request a chat and we'll get you, or sorry, request a demo, and we will get you started with what you need to get going as a newbie. These educational tools would be great as well. I'd also like to invite you all to join our new community portal. So if you go to realestateiq.co, this is our regular website, and up here it says community. So we have a community feed, which is just like your Facebook feed. We also have these community groups, and Max and Marty have a group on here as well that you can join. So please come up here where my name is not and put sign up. And then what was the name of your group, guys? Do you remember? Is this it? No.
Hard Money. It was the Hard Money Guide for Real Estate Investors.
Yes.
This one right here.
Yes.
Hard Money Guide for Real Estate Investors. So you could just type hard money in the search. This group will come up. So this is a great place you can ask Max and Marty questions that come from later, or that come to you later, and get information, network. We will also post the video of the presentation today here as well, so that you could go back if you missed something and want to see it again. So again, that's our community. We have a marketplace where you can find other services that you need for investing. And we have some other great events coming up as well. So check this out. The link to Max and Marty's upcoming event on July 1st is not here yet, but it will be here soon. And because you attended this one, we will send you an email with a personal invitation to sign up and join that later. So that is our community. So please join. It's a great place to network and find things that you need for your investing business. All right, at this point, let's open it up to questions and answers. So there were a few earlier. Randy asked if you would do a condo in Houston, Texas.
Condos, yes. Yes.
And if you require tax returns.
Nope, not for our mortgages, permanent financing, nor for the hard money. We're not credit driven, no financials are required.
All right. Jim says, what do I need in order to get a proof of funds letter from you?
Give us a call. I want to identify the deal, or know who we're talking to, make sure that you're qualified, and we can give you specific to a property or a generic proof of funds for a certain dollar amount. So like I said, so you can go out there and make many offers during this uncertain times and get some positive leads back coming to you. So we could do either one.
Okay, and Suzette, yes, they do fund deals in Dallas.
I'm sorry, is that a question?
For you. If you funded deals in Dallas.
Yes, we're a nationwide lender in 46 states, and Texas is one of our hottest states, yes. And I don't mean the weather.
Well, probably that too.
Yeah.
Good luck coming up in August.
Norma asked a question about interest rates.
So it's a great question. Right now, we're hovering somewhere between 10 to 12%. And when we say 12%, that's 1% a month. So you're in the deals, like most investors, a half a year, it's about 6%, 1% a month, depending on experience and leverage. But think about what the product could do for you, provide you wealth and provide you profits, and not really what it cost you, because the interest rate is very minimal.
Exactly. It's not about what it costs, it's about what you're going to make.
Yeah, it's about what the product could do for you.
All right, so if you are wholesaling, you do not need hard money to actually buy the property. The only time you would was if you were going to do a double close. In other words, if you needed to sort of buy the property and then sell it an hour later or whatever it may be, sometimes then you need what's called
transactional funding.
Thank you, I lost the word. Transactional funding.
And we just started doing it now. So if any investors need it, give us a call, we'll discuss it. Since it's only money for one day, it's not going to be no interest rate, it's just going to be points, and we'll discuss it with anybody that needs it. So we're doing it that now as well too.
All right, great. So otherwise, if you're wholesaling, you don't need a loan because you're not actually buying the property. You're just getting the contract and selling it under contract.
Exactly.
Let's see. Michelle says, so let's say someone as a newbie wanted to just chat with you about lending or financing to talk about the process without having a property. Could they reach out to you?
100%. Like I said, we're here to understand their needs, their goals, and their strategies, help them define it so we can execute a plan and do it. Yes.
In fact, that's probably a good idea if you have questions about the process. Get all those ducks in a row before you find the property.
Yeah, that's exactly my model. Let's pre-qualify everybody, so they can have the confidence of making offers, knowing that Express Capital is behind them, getting set up for a quicker close if they're qualified or pre-qualified, and providing those proof of funds. So it's a win-win situation for any, I'm going to call it, any new investors coming to us. You never want to go to a hard money lender after you find a deal, because what happens if that lender or any lender won't do it? So you always want to be pre-qualified, knowing what your everything is going to be.
All right, Jose had a question about the real estate IQ leads. We do not scrub them for the do not call list. Depending on who you talk to, there are sort of different responses. The do not call list refers to selling. So some people say technically you're not selling, you're asking them to buy the house, you're trying to help them out. So it doesn't apply. There might be issues if you use a robocaller that might be different. So you might want to ask an attorney about that. But from what I've heard, most investors don't worry about that. Let's see. Jose's asking what's your loan to value is for a hard money loan? Do you fund repairs? Does he need to have money to start?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, right now we're at 85 of the purchase, 100% of the renos. And when it comes to renos, we are not like other lenders. We don't ask for any lien waivers, no photos, no invoices, simple inspection, simple draw. So that's the way it works with the renos. And like I said, 85% of the purchase. Soon, hopefully, we'll be at 90%.
All right, awesome. And yes, you work with first timers.
We work with newbies. A lot of lenders right now have limited to 3+ or 5+. We work with newbies as well during COVID.
All right, Jay asked, is there commercial financing on single families? And if so, what's the max LTV, DSCR, and where are rates now?
On the permanent financing 1 to 4, the max leverage is 65%, whether it's a purchase or a refi. 720 mid FICO score, and again, mid COVID, on a 1 to 4, closing in about 4 weeks. The DSCR is about 1.10. We really go by the property, just the property debt to income. That's what we go by. So we don't even do a debt service.
All right, Evelyn says, do you know of anyone that will allow me to walk through a complete wholesale deal start to finish? Evelyn, there are all kinds of people that would partner with you on a deal like that. So you could find them through our community, for example. If you find something and just, say you need help with it, there's lots of people that will help you work that deal.
Right.
Absolutely. In fact, this Saturday morning, we're doing an event that we partner with a lady who teaches wholesaling. So she usually has some good information. So join us for that. It's called Wood Lake event is what it'll say on the community, because that's where we used to have it when it was live. Jose says, will you take fast CMA from Real Estate IQ for a hard money analysis?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Would you take a Real Estate IQ fast CMA for a hard money analysis of a property?
We won't use it. Let me speak 1 second.
1 second.
So we won't use it as a appraisal, but we do recommend you having a analysis prepared just to understand your values.
Absolutely. And I'm sure anybody will do their own, any lender probably is going to run their own comps no matter what you bring them. But our Real Estate IQ ones are a great starting point, and we do have a really easy way you can create a report that you can send to a potential lender, business partner, potential buyer that includes all the comps for it. Randy says, do you do blanket loans?
Yes, yes. We definitely do. It's on our website, but with 500,000 minimum. Rates right now, somewhere in that 4%, 5% range. And it's a mortgage. It's not a hard money loan, so it's a mortgage.
Which is why the rate is lower.
Exactly.
Then how much do you charge per draw?
So we don't get that charge. It goes to the inspector, and it's a $200. And with that said, also we have unlimited draws. So some lenders, they impose a 4-drawer max or a 6-drawer max. When investors have, whether it's 10,000 or 100,000, we have unlimited draws. And that's important because I'm sure everybody agrees with me over here and understand this. The most important part of your deal is not the money, the title, the insurance, or even the property address or location. It's your contractor. The faster you pay him, you make him happy, he gets out, maybe even quicker, then your cost of capital is cheaper and your profits are higher. So that's why, again, we came up with unlimited draws.
All right. Suzette, the interest on a hard money was between 10 and 12%.
Correct. Mid-COVID right now. depending on experience and leverage of the investor. Yes.
And what's your turnaround time usually for an inspector to come out and then fund the draw?
Ooh, great question. 2 days. I'm going to say 2 days to get it out there and 2 days to get it to you. So within 3 to 4 days, the investor will get the money wired into his account.
All right, any other questions?
I just like to add something also. So real estate IQ, everybody, is, providing a service. If you remember when you were in school and the teacher used to tell your mom, oh, only if your son or, daughter was, paying attention and effectively listening, he would be a great student. Why am I saying this? Because when a provider like Real Estate IQ or a hard money lender is there providing a service, it's up to you guys to work it, to pay attention and utilize it. I get so many of my investors, oh, I paid for this mentorship and I paid for that and it wasn't successful for me. And I say, well, did you execute their plan? Did you utilize all their products and their programs and their tools? And most of them say, most of them say yes, but I know the answer is no. So you offering a great product from your CMAs to your MLS to your probates and all that. Utilize it, folks, because if you want to gain profit and be a successful and wealth and maybe quit your job and utilize real estate, you need companies, vendors, apps such as Real Estate IQ, hard money lender to be on your team. Utilize them to all the potential, ask their questions so you can get your maximum out and get to your needs and goals. And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. So important to get the right tools and make the right connections and have a hard money lender like Express Capital ready to go so that when you find a deal, you're able to jump on it right away.
Yep. I just had a guy yesterday that called me. He went, I don't want to say the name of the mentorship, and he spent 50 grand and he was very unhappy. He hasn't done a deal in a year. And I says, well, it's not their fault. They taught you everything and they're providing you with something. It's up to you to keep it up and utilize it. So the same thing also. You got to, utilize your products, my products to get out there and going.
Absolutely. Randy says, is there a seasoning requirement to refi based on current market value?
For the current market value, we want to be seasoned for a year on the permanent financing. However, within the first 12 months, we'll go by the total project cost. Whatever you purchased it for, plus the full rehab, will give you 100% of that. But if you're looking for the after repair value or the as is, we're going to be asking for a 12-month of seasoning on the permanent financing.
So you will do a permanent financing based on the value, but if you wanted it at a higher value and cash out or something like that, then you need a year. Is that right?
So assuming, for example, the person bought it for 100 grand and 50 rehabs, that's $150,000 within the first year. We're only going to max them out at 100% of that. We're not going to give him that as is or the after repair value until after the 1 year of seasoning is over. Then we'll leverage him 65 or hopefully after COVID, 75% of that new as is or the ARV. Just in the first year, it's 100% of the cost acquisition.
All right, awesome. That's good to know. Okay, there is one more poll coming up, if you don't mind answering that, please. And then if you have any other questions, please join the group on the community. Oh, I think I lost it, I guess.
Hmm?
Nope. I lost your group.
Okay.
Yeah, so go here to the community, join, search hard money.
The hard money guide.
And right here, hard money guide for real estate investors. Join Max and Marty's group. They can answer all the questions that you think about there, think of later.
Yep. And Becky, would you mind if I just tell everybody the series when it's going to be in the next few weeks and the topics? Would that be okay?
Yeah, please do.
Great. So we're going to be continuing this every Wednesday at 12 o'clock there, Central Time.
6 p.m. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern.
No, it's going to be the nighttime.
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be 6 p.m. Central and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week's topic is how to flip a house. The week after that will be about how to find a bank-owned properties and foreclosures. The week after that is going to be about the hard money guide to real estate. It's not that same topic as we're talking now. And then the last topic will be how to get a property under contract.
All right, awesome. And again, the link to join Max and Marty's group, if you want to, you can just click on it directly from the chat and go right there. Nadine, there should be a little gray bar on the right side to help you scroll down on the poll. All right, if there are no other questions, then thank you, Max and Marty, for that information. And thank you all for joining us, and hope you all have a great day.
My pleasure. Thank you and the team. Thank everybody for joining. And again, if you have any questions, anybody, not just about the products and the programs, should you take a deal, not take a deal, any questions, please feel free to call us, 718-285-0806.
Welcome. Thank you all.
That's it. How many people came on?